Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'll be resharing one of my all-time favorite signature dinner recipes. I'll be making my ginger garlic glazed lamb chops with crushed baby potatoes. This dish is seriously delicious, just mind-blowing flavors going on here. The ginger garlic sauce is so good, and today I'm going to make some crushed baked potatoes with the lamb. You can also serve this with my kale pomegranate salad. For all the recipes, just head down into my video description box. You'll find a link that'll take you over to my blog. I already have my baby potatoes heating up on my back burner. I've just placed 2 pounds of baby potatoes into salted water. You want to cook those until they're fork tender. Once they're done, just let them sit there. We'll come back to season and prep them all the way. And now let's get started on the incredible sauce. Into a small saucepan, I'm going to add in 1/3 cup of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of rice vinegar, 6 finely minced garlic cloves, about 1.5 tablespoons of ginger puree. You can also use grated ginger, and 1 tablespoon of sesame seed oil. Last, 1/3 cup of water. I'm going to heat the sauce over medium heat until it comes up to a simmer, and then just let it simmer away for about 5 to 7 minutes until it's reduced in half. And moving on to the star ingredient of the dish, our lamb. I have a 1 pound rack of lamb I'm going to be using today. This will comfortably feed about 3 people. If you're gonna have company coming over, double or even triple up this recipe, and I guarantee you will not have any leftovers. And my lamb came already Frenched, so that's gonna save me a lot of work, but I do like to trim off some of this fat on the front side. Now I don't trim all of it off. I do like to have a little bit of the fat. It's going to render down, be really nice and soft, but I'm gonna take some of it off. And then use a sharp knife to portion the lamb. And then season the lamb all over generously with some coarse sea salt. Kind of push it in there, and this coarse sea salt is really going to penetrate the skin and the fat and get this lamb flavored. All right, let's get to cooking. So I'm going to preheat a large frying pan over medium-high heat, and I do not recommend using a non-stick pan. This type of stainless steel pan is going to have the best results. And add in a generous amount of olive oil and let this pan heat up until it's really nice and hot. Once that pan is nice and hot, add the lamb in, fat side down first. Once the lamb is nicely brown, I'm going to turn it back to the original position. And then add in the ginger garlic sauce. Let that sauce simmer in the pan for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to place this lamb into the oven. I have mine preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to bake for 12 minutes. I'm going to take it out at 6 minutes, turn it over, and then continue baking. While my lamb is in the oven, I'm going to finish up my baby potatoes. So you just want to cook these until they're fork tender, drain out the water, and then I'm going to season this with a little bit of olive oil, about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Season the potatoes generously with some salt. Sprinkle in about 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Same with the onion powder. A little dash of smoked paprika. And some ground black pepper. Close the pot with my lid and then shake this up to make sure that potatoes are well coated. And then transfer the potatoes into a large frying pan. And I like to take a potato crusher and just mash them gently down. You don't want to crush them too much, otherwise they're just going to fall apart. And I'm going to cook my potatoes over medium heat for about 4 to 5 minutes per side, turning them over just once so they don't fall apart. And once you take that lamb out of the oven, you want to let it rest for about 10 minutes in the pan, and then grab a sharp knife and slice each little pear in half. And when I'm plating up the lamb chops, I always add tons of that extra garlic ginger sauce. It is so good. Thickens up really nice while it's in the oven, and it's going to go so well with the potatoes and the lamb. Time to dig in and enjoy. And I like my lamb to be a little pink on the inside still, so if you want it to be more well done, I would increase the cooking time to about 14 to 15 minutes. Time to dig in and enjoy. And I've made this recipe at least 50 to I don't know how many times, but I never ever get tired of it. The flavor here is just phenomenal. I love to get lots of sauce on each piece. Everything about this dish is simply phenomenal. I love how soft and tender the lamb meat is. Just kind of melts in your mouth, and the addition of that garlic ginger sauce, just amazing. Hands down, one of my all-time favorite recipes. I always make this when I have special guests coming over, when my family's coming over. They always request this dish. It is always on the menu when they're coming over, and my husband requests this at least every other week. So we're eating this pretty darn often. If you're looking for an absolute incredible recipe, even if you don't like lamb, you are going to love this recipe. Just head down into that video description box. I've left all the details down there, and hope you guys enjoyed this recipe as much as I do.